Christmas is going to be here soon, so it's a great time to start getting your Christmas cards ready. And if you like making homemade cards with your Cricut, then you're going to love these Christmas cards. This design is a fun twist on a pop-up card, and the person that you give this to is going to love how cute it looks as a Christmas decoration. And you can grab all of these Christmas card designs on my blog for free at svgnation.com, and you are going to find a link in this video description that will take you directly there. Before you get started, make sure to watch this video so you can see the modifications that you need to make before you start to cut and assemble your Christmas cards, and I'm going to also show you how to personalize these with your own message. So once you've downloaded the files and you've got them in Design Space, I'm going to show you what you need to do to modify these, and you can either do these one at a time or go ahead and cut all your pieces together, and I'll show you how you can save a lot of time by cutting these together in just a minute. So each of your card, they're all going to be grouped together individually. So you are going to need to click on your card and ungroup those layers before you modify it. And once you've ungrouped it, you can drag the little person over here. We're going to go ahead and move that decorative piece out the way. And right here on this black frame layer, you're going to see that there's some lines on top of it. So go ahead and select that group of lines right there and change those to score. And then select the entire layer and you're going to attach those to that layer. And each one of these cards is going to have this black frame that you need to make these changes to. And if you don't have a scoring tool, then go ahead and delete those, but pay attention to where these score lines are on here. You can just kind of click right here on them to see one of them's down here and one's up here, because you're going to need to fold those on the exact same places to make sure your cards do work the same. Okay, so we'll just move this out the way, and the next change that you need to make is right here with Merry Christmas. You do need to change your operation to pen, and once you change that, make sure you select these and go ahead and attach the pen to your card. And now if you want to write your own message, I'm going to show you how you can do that. I'm just going to detach this, and right here on the words on this layer, you can just delete that layer and go into your pen, and we're going to write, I guess, Happy Holidays instead. I actually already have this on the font I wanted, but let me show you how to find writing fonts. If you go in here and you go to Filters and go to Writing, all of the writing fonts, I think it still has that last search in there. Okay. All of your writing fonts are going to come up. Now, if you don't have Cricut access, you are going to have to pay to use these. I think there's like one free one that's called Cricut Sans. But there are some free writing fonts that I actually use that I downloaded to my computer. And I'll leave a link in the description to the post that links to all of these writing fonts. I think there's like 10 of them. So the one I'm using here is called Always Here or something like that. So this is the one I'm using right now. And it's not an actual writing font as far as where Cricut recognizes it as a writing font, but it is a single line font, so it's going to write instead of doing the outline as you want the writing font to. So you do still have to go into your operation and change that to pen. And then as you see, it still puts the outline because Cricut doesn't recognize it as a font since you brought it in here, but it's so thin that you're not going to see those outlines when it writes. As you see, as we brought it smaller, you don't even see those. But right here, I'm also using a thicker marker anyway. So it's going to give it that thicker look, and you can just kind of resize this into the place you want it. And then once you have it where you want it, make sure that you attach it right here to the layer. And if you just want to handwrite on these, you can as well. So you can just delete that altogether. And then there's one more layer behind here. And if you don't want to use this layer is going to glue to the back of your card, just because you are going to have these two cutouts, just if you want the back of the card completely flat, and it's going to make it a little thicker. But if you don't want to use that, you can delete that. It's not necessary for the design. So you are going to want to make those changes to every card that you cut out. But I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do all of that. But if you're cutting multiple of these at a time, I'm going to show you a little trick that's going to save you a lot of time. If you go to the color sync right here, you're going to notice that all of these are black, but they're on different layers. It's just because they're all from different designs, it's picking up these colors slightly different as you see the numbers. So it's going to put these all on different mats. So all you have to do is drag these in here, and now it's going to read them all as the same color, and it's going to place them on the mat the best that it can. Now, this text is not going to be in here once you attach it to your card. I just haven't done that for these layers. Okay, but this is just what you can do, and continue to go down. Like for the greens, you can combine the greens together if you want them to cut on the same paper. You know, for some of them, I cut green glitter, and then I cut regular green, so I kept those on different layers. But this is just a way to clean it up so that you can cut less paper while you're cutting these. Again, you can drag the reds together, and just any colors that you see that you want to cut on the same color, just add them together. And it helps to close this so that you can scroll down more. So I see this right here. I want the whites to be on the same one. Oh, I think I dragged that in the yellow instead. So just drag it to that white. There we go. Okay, and so once you have everything ready to go, you can go ahead and cut these, and then I'll show you how to assemble them. To assemble the Christmas cards, you want to start by first assembling your character. And these are layered designs, so you're just going to glue the layers right on top of each other. And if you're not sure which order they go in, you can always look at the design in Cricut Design Space, because it is a layered design, so it's going to be layered in the design in Design Space just as you're going to glue it together. And if you don't have a good craft glue, I do recommend this Barely Art craft glue that I'm using. I always get asked about glue recommendations, and this is my go-to for paper crafts. So I'll go ahead and leave a link to it in the description in case you want to grab this. And once your character is assembled, you're just going to fold on the score lines on your black frame layer. And when you fold the top score line, make sure that you fold that one up. And then for the other score line, you are going to fold it downwards. And then you're just going to glue this layer to the base of your card, and then glue the decorative frame on top. And then to attach the character to your card, you're just going to glue it to the bottom half of the character outline on that black frame. And make sure that you only glue below the score line. The top part should be left completely unattached. And once this is glued, you should easily be able to move your character up and down. And you're going to need to pull the tab pieces out just a little bit on the base. And that way, when you pull the little character up, it can easily slide to stand right in the card. And then all that's left is to glue the piece to the back of your card. And this piece is optional, but it is going to hide the little cutouts. And it's also going to give you a sturdier base for your card. So I do recommend adding it. And then for the rest of the cards, you're just going to repeat all of these steps. You're going to assemble each of them the same way that we did with this card. And these cards do fit in a 5x7 envelope, so you can order that size for these. But I also do have 2 5x7 envelope templates on my blog, and I'll go ahead and leave a link to that in the video description if you want to grab those. And when you make your own envelopes, you can make them like really festive by adding liners or like a Christmas pattern paper for them. So it's a lot of fun to do. And I really hope that you guys do enjoy these card designs. And if you have any questions on how to make them, then leave those in the comments and I will answer them there. And if you guys make these, then please make sure to tag me in your pictures on social media. This way I can see what you guys are up to and share them in my stories as well. I love seeing what you guys do with these designs, and I really love to hear from you guys. So make sure to say hi in the comments or leave a like on this video. And if you haven't already subscribed, then make sure to go ahead and do that so you don't miss out on anything that's coming up soon. And I do have Christmas money holders coming very soon, which I know you guys have been waiting for. So make sure to watch for those. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.